The story of Noah and his children teaches this lesson. The Bible says in the book of Genesis, chapter 9, one day he drank the wine gotten from the grape to a point where he became so drunk and naked. One of his sons called Ham came around and saw his father sleeping naked. And instead of honoring the father by covering the father or leaving that site, he went back to call two of his other brothers, Japheth and Shem, to come and behold whatever it is that was giving him that pleasure of seeing his father naked. Shem and Japheth understood that that was dishonor, so they picked up a wrapper, walked backwards to avoid seeing their father naked, and covered him. When their father woke up, he became sober and understood what had happened. The next thing he did was profound. He placed a curse on Ham for what he did, for dishonoring him. He said his generation will be slaves, and then he placed the blessing on Japheth and Shem, especially Shem. He said Shem will be a great nation, Shem will be wealthy, and the generation of Ham will serve Shem's generation as servants. And then he said Japheth's generation will be blessed, for they will live with the generation of Shem. If you are not a student of the Bible, what I mean is this: if you don't really study the Bible, you will think that Shem's blessing was in his wealth. The blessings of God for Shem was far from that. There were other rich people on the earth. So what was special about the wealth of Shem if that was the blessings that God wanted to bestow upon Shem? Even if the generation of Ham served Shem, it wasn't really special as a blessing, because other pagan nations had people serving them as slaves, like Egypt. But you see, when you become a student of the Bible and you study the genealogy of Jesus, oh my God, you will come to understand that Jesus came from the lineage of King David. King David came from the lineage of Abraham, and Abraham came from the lineage of Shem. You can find this in the genealogy of Abraham from the Bible in the book of Genesis chapter 11 from verse 10 to 27. And also you see the lineage of David in Matthew chapter 1 verse 1. If you go down to the same Matthew 1 verse 17, you will finally see how Jesus came from David, and David from Abraham, and then Abraham for Shem. So you can see that the true blessings that Father Noah bestowed upon Shem was not in wealth. God was using Father Noah to establish Shem as the lineage of Jesus. This is what we call eternal blessing. If we want to understand God's blessing, we must take our eyes off physical carnal things, cars, houses, money in your account, traveling around the country. These things are beautiful, but they are not really blessings. If your eyes are focused on these things alone, you will miss God's blessings most times. But when your eyes are focused on eternal things, you will see that God's blessing upon us never fails. We are always blessed in Him, especially when we obey instructions.